Hey everybody, and welcome to another daily video update. So we want to take a look at the daily chart here. What we see here on the chart is a bounce from the swing low that formed here on Friday the 21st. The idea was that we should start a bounce in the wave 4 over the next couple of weeks or so. I mean, timing is always very difficult, especially from an Elliott Wave point of view. I cannot really confirm how long something takes, but if we just look at the wave 2 that happened up here, I mean, you could even argue that it also lasted 2 weeks at the very least, depending on from where I measure the start, maybe even 4 weeks, depending on where I measure the start of the wave 1. Now, I want to answer one question because someone asked me in our membership sessions, or rather in the chat room, isn't a third wave always a 5-wave move? How can a third wave be an ABC structure? And that's related to the fact that the decline consists of 3-wave subwave structures, which means that the wave 1 is an ABC structure and the wave 3 as well. So can the third wave be an ABC? Absolutely yes. In a diagonal pattern it can be. And an A wave can be a diagonal. A C wave can also be a diagonal. The only situation where that wouldn't be possible is in a full impulse, but hold on, we don't have an impulse here, okay? So yeah, that's absolutely fine. In fact, in today's markets, you will often see the third wave as an ABC structure. And so, yeah, I mean, with this forecast of a fourth wave bounce, we should see the market grind towards the 92,800 to 101,180 area. The resistance, the resistance is well defined for a fourth wave. The RSI was oversold. We then recovered a little bit, but we're not really back in bullish mode, okay? It could very well be that in this fourth wave, which is only one interpretation, by the way, but I don't see any reason to change it right now, because let's be honest, the upside momentum from the last low, from that Friday low, is quite weak, yeah? With the upside momentum that we're seeing here, which is quite weak, we should probably stay in the below 50 area on the daily RSI. If we go above it and sustain there, then it could hint at a more decisive upside breakout. Yeah, something more relevant. Something I sometimes use is sometimes looking at breakout points for the RSI. So in the short term, could very well be here that the market is trying to break out above the RSI. If that happens, I think it could indicate the beginning of the C wave up at least, which could then take us into that resistance area. Now we're currently tracking a small B wave pullback on the smaller time frame, and it might be the case even that this ABC that I'm tracking here is only going to be the A wave of the wave 4. I haven't labeled it like that. We keep it rather simple here on this time frame, yeah. But please be aware that this is a possibility. Could, easily max out this resistance area. This is the standard zone for a wave 4. If the move to the downside is a diagonal pattern. Now, as I said yesterday, there are more bullish scenarios. For example, the move to the downside here can be classed as a WXY structure, and the move down could be complete. But WXY structures, and that's the yellow scenario, they are not that common. So I won't rule it out, but it would need to prove itself. And to be honest, the move to the upside so far is very weak, choppy, messy. So I would need to see some more evidence, right? But in the end, all the scenarios I show you here, guys, they are high probability. We talk here about the first, second, and third most likely scenario or scenarios. The other ones, I don't even waste time showing them, right? Because why would I show unlikely scenarios? It doesn't make much sense. It's important to understand we have key support levels around 79 to 83K. The market reacted, and we've probably started a wave 4 bounce. All-time highs are possible, but obviously Bitcoin would need to prove it in the first instance by breaking above this Fibonacci resistance zone. And to be honest, we expect a 3-wave move up. So far, this is all choppy and messy, which is what the start of a 3-wave move up should be. Anything more bullish? Possible. We would need to form 5 waves and or a break above resistance. And then it could be either the yellow scenario or even the blue scenario, in which Bitcoin might even go higher. But let's first see if we can actually reach resistance. So that's the update on Bitcoin. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to follow. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.